There are so many people who come forward, and I think the motivation is what we're looking for. You've got to have a real passion to actually want to make a difference to children's lives.
You've got to be a professional but also be warm and nurturing like a parent would be. There's things that you've got to take into account as you're part of the corporate parenting team, but you've also got to be motherly and homely.
Some of the children that we're dealing with here, they've been severely neglected, physical abuse, all that kind of stuff, and they have never had a positive experience of what it is to be parented properly. And we've got carers who have got so much love to give to them.
You can be a single carer, you can be in a partnership, you can own your own home or be in a long-term rental situation, you can be a LGBT foster carer. We take all walks of life, there's no barrier. It's more about the skills and the qualities you have as a person rather than the setup that you have.
Teenagers, I think somebody who's very resilient, somebody actually had children of their own who they've parented into their teens and into adulthood. Some of the foster carers have never had children, but they've had experience of caring for nieces, nephews, other people's children as well. So that doesn't rule them out automatically, but as long as you've had some kind of experience, if you were, for example, a teacher, we've had teachers who have come forward who have been teaching teenage children, so that experience is very positive as well.
We try and, where possible, culturally match placements so the child is with a carer who's ideally culturally matched to them, but it's not always possible. So they need to be understanding of different ethnicities and cultures, and obviously there's various trainings they can go on to support them with that.
In terms of what they have in their heart, they've got real passion and love for children, and they're very nurturing and caring, and I think that's the most important thing.
Commitment is a very key quality because you are dealing with children who've experienced trauma and difficulties in their formative years. You need to be able to show empathy and love and offer them a nurturing home. You need to be able to advocate for them in terms of their education and any therapeutic support they may need.
Rules of the house. Everything's nice and clean and it needs to be kept that way.
You need to be able to implement clear and consistent boundaries within the home. It's very important, especially given some of the chaotic environments they've grown up in. And it really helps the children settle and develop positively in your care if you provide that.
No matter how prepared you are, there's always going to be things to learn.
Look, this is fostering. There's lots of unknowns and everything, and you can't know everything. We are here to give you support. Once 5 o'clock comes, there's the EDT service, which is the emergency duty team. So they'll always have access to somebody who can give them advice and support.